What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and today we're already getting started with our 2003 Mach 1 Mustang. So for those of you that have not seen my last video, this is my brand new to me first realistic dream car, a 2003 Mach 1 Mustang. And I bought this in Dallas, drove it down all the way from Dallas, and it performed beautifully. Really smooth drive, but there are a couple issues that I noticed, and that is what we're going to try to diagnose today. Now, of course, when you buy a first new car, you want to give it a good full inspection, so I've got it on the lift, and we are going to be able to go down under the car and try to inspect, make sure everything is up to par and there's no leaks or anything that we should be concerned with. So let's get under the car, and I want to show you guys the undercarriage because it looks like it's a really nice setup, and everything's pretty clean and set up properly. Alright guys, so here we go. This is the front of the car, and I mean, you can still see it's got all the crash supports, bumper supports, all of that, and everything is fairly good. I mean, you just have a little bit of leak here. Looks like maybe from the oil pressure sensor or something like that. Nothing too concerning. I could probably just replace that. There's your oil filter, which on these, I mean, it's really hard to get to. I don't even know where I guess you would go in through here on the side. But overall, the steering rack looks decent for the year. Doesn't seem like it's excessively leaking anything. But even better, guys, look at this whole inner belt. I'm probably going to be replacing the serpentine belt, just to, you know, keep a peace of mind. But the one thing I really want to check out, and you definitely want to check out when you get a new car that's used, guys, is check the oil pan. And as you can see here, this engine is pretty dry, pretty clean. I mean, there's really no places where it's leaked oil or anything like that, and I really wouldn't have expected anything less, guys. From the top view, it looks super clean, so seeing all this just kind of solidifies and validates that we got a pretty good car. Moving on back, you guys can see here it's got an H pipe with the cats deleted through to the stock manifold. So it still has the stock manifolds, but just no cats in an H pipe. Like all other Mustangs of this year, you guys can see there, the AC, once it's running, starts leaking and gets here onto the exhaust pipe. No big deal. The only thing I've noticed is that it is kind of starting to corrode the O2 sensor connector there, so, or like washer or something like that, which is why you see this copper here. But no big deal. Transmission, everything looks pretty good. And if we go back, you guys can see all the other stuff. It is pretty pristine. It's got Flowmaster Super 40s, and they actually sound very well. They don't drone at all. And let's get back to that differential back here to show you guys what I'm talking about. So here is the diff, and as you guys can see, it looks like it's been leaking. These are notorious for leaking. A little better picture here, you guys can see where the differential has been leaking slightly. Nothing too bad, major. The differential's not making any sound, so I'm really not too worried about that. But anyways, guys, that's it. The undercarriage is really good. Now, one thing I did notice when I was driving this car is that when cruising at slow speeds, I was hearing like a constant chirping, like a squeaking noise. Sounded like it was whenever the car was rolling, and it had to do with the wheels. So one thing that I did do was find out as soon as you hit the brakes, the squeaking would stop. So that leads me to believe that it's got to be something in the brake system. And so what I did was, now that I had the car on the lift, I was able to turn it on and have the car go into in first gear and let the wheels spin in the back. So when the rears were spinning, didn't really hear any noises. So that eliminated anything in the back, so any of those wheels in the back. Now, then I was like, well, let me check the fronts. And right away, guys, as soon as I went to try to spin this one, you will hear it right now. Watch this. I don't know if you caught that last little squeak. And that happened to be on this wheel only. The passenger wheel didn't have it, so right now we're gonna go ahead and pull this wheel off and see if we can, maybe a little metal shim or something we can move out of the way and hopefully fix that issue for us. All right guys, we've got the wheel off, and for some reason, I mean, without the wheel off, I can't get this to do the noise that it's, I can hear where it's screeching. And I mean, definitely these rotors are grooved up and probably better to just get new ones. So that's probably something we'll do, is try to get all new rotors and brake pads just to make sure everything's good to go. But other than that, I haven't found, I can't get it to do anything. So I guess for now we'll put the wheel back. I mean, the squeaking noise is once with the wheels up, with the windows up, I mean, sorry, with the windows up and the AC blowing, you don't even hear it. So let's just put this back together, drop it down, and then we can move on to removing those louvers from the back. All right, we've got the car outside now. It's starting to sprinkle just a tiny bit, but it's just a small little cloud. So now the goal is to remove this and these. Now these, I don't see any brackets, so I'm assuming it looks like they're just double-sided glued on there, so we're gonna have to kind of pry that out, but hopefully these come out with no issue. And these, as you guys can see here, they've got these nuts, and you pretty much just unscrew them, and it's got them all the way around. So we want to unscrew that, and then this will just lift right up. So let's go ahead and get to work and see how it looks without the louvers. And let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Should I keep the louvers or should I remove them? So the rear quarter panel was super easy. Like I mentioned, there's just all these nuts, and as you can see, you've got these brackets that go all the way around the car. Now we're gonna need to remove those because we're not gonna be installing or running those. So what we're gonna do is try to use some of our little pry tools here to get all this glue off, and we'll probably heat it up with a heat gun, and then we can get to it. Now this is pretty interesting, that it's kind of like a little flap here, but I guess that's the way they made them. So gonna remove all that, and I think personally this is a much cleaner and better look versus the louver. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? Let me go ahead and remove those brackets, and then we'll get to the quarter panels. Alright, so we've got the whole rear louver off with all the brackets as well. Still got to kind of clean up all the goo that was left over, but I think this is such a cleaner look, guys. I personally like that over louvers, and I was debating doing louvers on the Camaro, but after seeing how they kind of look on a Mustang, that is not happening on the Camaro. So let's go ahead and now get to the quarter windows and clean up the rest of it and show you guys what it looks like when it's all finished. Check it out, guys. So we've got the quarter panels off. Still got to get rid of the glue residue, but cleaned it up a little bit, and it makes such a big difference, guys. Now some people might like the whole louvered setup, but I think on these cars you just got to get rid of all that. So really makes a big difference. And actually now I'm not sure if the wing isn't too bad. First I wasn't liking the wing, but I don't know if it was just because there's too much going on with the louvers. But now maybe, you know, once we get this painted, it might be a nice little setup. But anyways, guys, check it out. Let me know in the comments down below, louvers or no louvers. Alright guys, well, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys saw I'm actually very happy and very pleased with the car. I've got a lot of stuff going on. We're slowly but surely going to bring it back to life slowly and bring it to its original condition. And if you liked what you saw, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Really would appreciate it. It really helps me out. And also subscribe if you haven't, because now I have two, guys. I've got the 2019 Chevy SS Camaro right here, which of course you guys know is my drag car, and this new 2003 Mach 1 Mustang, which is going to be an awesome daily driver / restore project. So I hope you guys enjoy as we bring this car back to life.